Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Rafael from Unbugs Project, and today I'm gonna present a Java challenge about serialization. So I'm gonna just share my screen with you. Okay, so this is the challenge. We are using the try with resources feature here from Java 7, and we are creating the file output string, and then we are creating an object output string. And we are assigning some variables here and then writing those variables into the file. And then we are retrieving the file and just printing all the information from the object we saved. So I'm gonna give you some time, and then when you are ready, let me know, and then you can come up with the answer. Okay, then guys, so let's see the answer then. Okay.
Yay!
So yeah, Rinaldo, congratulations, you got it right. Let's see why the answer is like that. So, okay, so in the first step here, we are creating file output stream that create this file physically, the sertest.ser, and then we are encapsulating this file output stream inside the object output stream, and then it makes it possible to save the object into the file to make effectively the serialization process. Okay, so we are instantiating the X-Men class and realize here that we're using var. Doesn't change much. I just would like to use it because it will become common just very soon. And then we just put some information on those variables, and then once we put this information, we have this object being saved in this object output stream. And then we can realize here that we are saving this object that is serializable. So that's the very first thing that you have to pay attention, because if the object is not serializable, we would have an exception that I'll show you soon. Okay, so we have here the variable that's just a normal string, and then a string power that is transient. So the transient reserved word basically is it says that this variable will not be saved, will not be serialized into the object. So it means that we can ignore it. And volatile is basically another reserved word that is connected to threads. So there's nothing to do with serialization. So this variable will be saved normally. And also we are using static field that will not be saved into the serialization process, because we have to remember that the serialization process happens only with the state of an object. And we have to also remember that static fields are connected to the class and not to the instance object. So we don't have to worry about the static field. So yeah, and after this process, we're gonna just read the file sertest.ser, and then we're gonna effectively bring the information of this serialized object to the object input stream, and then we are going to read the object and then just print the final information here that regarding the information I just explained to you. The output's going to be Wolverine, no Klaus, and blue. So just a detail here that if we remove the serializable here, we're going to have an exception, not serializable exception. So we have to pay attention on that. When we work with frameworks in Java, it's very common to see serializable objects. And when we forget to implement the serializable interface, some unexpected errors like this one would happen. So we have to be careful. So that's it, guys. Do you have any questions about this challenge?
Yes, Rafael, I have a question. So I thought that you need to use like serializable when you want to serialize and deserialize certain information in the object, and it's when it's best to when you want to store the data which is in the instance of your class onto the file.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
so, since you remove this implements serializable, did the exception occur because even though you remove the implements like serializable, but your private static long serial version UID still exists in your class?
Oh, this is just a variable. Yeah, it's an important thing to mention, Farha. So every time we serialize an object, it's a good practice to give a random ID here
All right,
to make it easier when you are passing an object, a serialized object, be identifiable and to make it happen more quickly.
right. I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but this is just a variable, so don't worry about that. It's just
Okay,
an ID from this object.
okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So I can just debug here and show you all the process. So yeah, it's gonna just instantiate the X-Men object, and then we're gonna have some variables here. And then here's one of the tricks that the static variable will not be saved into the serialized object since it's a static class. I can show you. So we have Wolverine, and then we have no weapon, and then costume color is blue because it's a static field. That's pretty much it for this challenge. Any further questions? Any comments?
Very nice
So
challenge, Rafa. Well, thank you. It's nice because it kind of mixes, old and new stuff. So it's very nice.
perfect.
Rafael, I have a question for you.
Yes.
This kind of question, it's a question that's a certification question or Oracle, some certification question.
Yes. When you
Which one?
when you try the professional certification, you will get similar questions. Not so difficult one like this. Not questions that explore the concept so deeply like this. Maybe you might get a really difficult, but it's not so probable. But yeah, you would get something similar. Yes.
If I can add to that, from my experience with the certification, you may get a question that explore those concepts, but probably not all of them like together. Maybe only the static variable and not static, volatile, and transient all on the same question.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Okay, then. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna just stop sharing my screen. Okay, guys. So that was the Java challenge of today about serialization. So it's an important concept to keep in mind because you might need it. So it's important to remember that in Java, the most you know about it, the better solutions you're going to implement to different situations that you have on your day-to-day work. So yeah, that's it for today. And I hope you got value from the Java challenge. And if you want to know more, you go to nobugsproject.com, and then there is the section there called Java Dev Gym, and then you can take your Java challenge. So if you like the video, just like the video and subscribe to the channel because it will help me out to create more challenge and to create better content for you. Okay, so see you next week.